Dainese X-Run gloves. Great looking gloves, but it doesn't really hold up. The back part is still in good shape, but the palm tip part is frayed. It's from using the Velcro straps. I wish the glove manufacturer makes a better Velcro strap. Taking the W800 Cafe out for a ride today. It's a beautiful day to ride. Not too windy, and it's a beautiful weather. It's about 60 degrees, sunny. I couldn't use any footage from my 360 camera. I just got the camera and was trying to test it out, but I put in the wrong micro SD card. Once I got home to check the footage, there were no footage. So this upload is just a front view of the GoPro. Let's see how well cruising on the W800 Cafe will be. The riding position is a little bit straight up with a slight lean forward. The little front windshield doesn't do a lot of help with the wind. There's still a lot of wind hitting my chest. Probably riding tucked down onto the tank will help reduce some of the wind. After reaching 600 miles for the break-in period and the first service, I replaced the oil with full synthetic. The bike feels smoother. I could be wrong, but I couldn't ride this bike through the winter, so it was just sitting in the garage for 2 months. Around the area, it was very cold, and we had quite a few snow days. Usually I don't do any winter rides to the bike. On a nice sunny day, I would just start the bike up and ride it around the block for about 5 minutes. So I didn't really have to do any winter rides into the bike. Cruising on this highway, doing about 70s. The bike feels very smooth and stable. And the bike feel planted to the ground. The weight of the W800 is about 491 pounds. Cruising on the highway is pretty good. The wind doesn't really toss you around. This is my first motorcycle with only 47 horsepower. And it was still very preppy. Not super fast as my previous bikes. All my other bikes had over 100 horsepower. And they were all super fast. The only thing I miss about the Super Sport and the sport bike I had was that first gear launch. I would always get that butterfly feeling in my stomach taking off on first gear. Sometimes I do miss riding on a sport bike. Maybe in the future I'll get another one. While cruising at 70, the bike still feels like it had extra power to take off. Just in case you have to get out of a sticky situation while riding, I always like riding to the left side of the lane. And when coming up to a truck, I never stay behind the truck. Always try to pass it. Don't keep pace with the truck. Riding on this concrete road, it's not really that smooth, but the bike soaks up all the bumps. I wish I would have got the 360 camera working. I would have had some pretty good footage. When riding, I try to stay away from the middle of the lane. Sometimes there's always a light oil streak. Using the rear view mirrors, they're pretty good. I can still see 2/3 of the road in the back. Let's go and do some customizing to the bike. I don't think it needs anything. First thing I would have changed out would have been the exhaust. But I looked around, I didn't really see any manufacturer making exhaust for the W800 Cafe. And I also like the exhaust note. It wasn't too loud or too quiet. It just has the right exhaust note. I also like the color of the bike. I wish the dark green would have been available for the W800 Cafe, but it was only available for the W800 Standard. I think the dark green with the black cow would have looked very nice on the W800 Cafe. My exit should be coming up pretty soon. It's the second exit. I'll probably just make a U-turn and head back on the north side. I'm glad there's not a lot of cars on this route. Usually at rush hour there's a lot of traffic. Cruising at about 4,000 RPM. I'm able to maintain a speed of 70 miles per hour. And the engine doesn't feel like it's draining. Still have a lot of power to go. And my exit should be coming up soon. I'll just make a U-turn and head back northbound. There's a curve coming up. I'll see how far the bike can lean. I'm a little hesitant in leaning too far because of the exhaust pipe is very low to the ground. Not like my sport bikes. Most of the exhausts are higher up to the seat. And of course the sport bike has a lot of ground clearance. I'll just make a quick turnaround. This bike is no match for the Subaru STI. I believe he has about 300 horsepower. A little bit of curve merging onto the highway. ride back, I'll try to tuck down onto the tank. When I ride on the highway, I make sure I stay in the left lane or the right lane. I try not to stay in the right lane, not unless I have to get off the exit. There's always cars and trucks trying to merge in. When you're riding, I think it's the best to just stay away from the right lane, not unless you're getting off the exit. I'll try to ride tucked down now to see how it feels. And it feels much better. I don't have a lot of wind drag. Most of the wind now is flowing onto my helmet and over the top. Very good. Tucked in cover from the wind. And the W800 still feels good. Doesn't feel like it's draining. Feels like I have a little bit more go power. Doesn't feel super fast, but it still feels quick. Next upload, we'll have some 360 footage. Waiting for my mini SD card to come in, and I'll be able to use the 360 camera. And enjoy the rest of the ride. Thanks for watching. since the weather will be better soon, more Kawasaki W800 cafe ride coming soon. And thanks for watching.